Yeah, before you got back on, by the way, I included my audio for your stream. Include yours, I don't know if the audio includes it. Yeah, he basically, right before he left, I shit you not, he was like, so I've had problems with the online connection for my PC, but I fixed it because I have the Wi-Fi USB adapter, and then as he said that, he like said one more sentence and got disconnected. I shit you not. So, I don't know how much longer. He was like, I'm going to get Tiny Tina's because it's cross-play. And then it just shut
It's cross-play.
by the way, Morbius movie, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking good movie.
But it's not like
I read
Twilight
the comics.
Hunter. It's not like Twilight
Oh
Hunter.
my God. Dude, that movie was so good. Like, okay, so you know how like a lot of the movies either like heavily like bleed in the start of the character, or like they're just like, oh, this or that, and it becomes boring. It's like Batman keeps retelling it like 3 times. This movie, I'll admit, kind of has a slow start. I'm not gonna deny that. So basically, like, I'm not gonna spoil the plot, but basically, it's like 20. It's like him in the present doing his experiments. Then it shows like his past is like a fucking like, basically, you know, like in the trailer, he has a disease.
Yeah. Did you say him and the president?
So him and the president.
Oh. I thought you said him and the president. I was like, oh my God, he knows the president.
I think I said president. But no, basically, so like, he actually plays Morbius pretty good. Like, Morbius is a tragic character, so like, you get to see like his tragic, like, past where he's like basically a kid who's like got this rare genetic mutation, or not super rare, it's common, it's like a genetic misfire, and like all these kids are in this thing and he keeps calling every kid Milo, and they're like, why do you keep calling every kid Milo? And they're like, because they don't live long enough for me to really remember their names. Like, that's him as a child, so like it's super fucked up. He becomes like a gifted person, becomes like the doctor like he did, and like, you know, they show it where he's like Dr. Michael Morbius. That stuff's really cool. They flesh out the doctor stuff. They show his experimentation. Motherfucker creates artificial blood by accident while trying to like research his disease.
Well, goddamn.
Still in one piece?
So that's like the start of it. So then he basically like gets desperate because him and his buddy, like one of the few survivors of his childhood, are like trying to get over the disease. So he decides to experiment with the bats. You know, gets the powers. No spoilers here, none of that. And then this is where I won't say the plot elements, but I'll just tell you how good it is. Basically, from that point on, that's like the first 30 or so minutes of the movie is like the intro to that. And then like you see like the first like scene where like he kind of loses control. He only really loses control once in the movie. But keep in mind there are 2 vampires in the movie, but that's already in the trailers too. So there's a whole like duality thing where it's like he sees it as a curse, the other vampire sees it as a blessing.
We're all right, Alpha.
They play that pretty good, so like he's like using the artificial blood and he's trying not to cross that morally gray area, while that guy's just full on like, no, I'm gonna drink the blood and I'm gonna be an asshole, like yada yada yada. But the artificial blood doesn't give you as much strength as like the actual blood, so there's like a drawback. So he's got echolocation, he's got super strength, he can like basically like teleport, and he has control of bats.
Well, damn.
He's got super speed and like super hearing, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Like those are cool powers. So now you're at the halfway point of the movie. He gets blamed for a murder outside of the first fuck up.
Of course.
Like that's it. And you see like, hey, it's the other dude. You don't get to see Morbius actually kill this woman that he's getting blamed for. You only see like the backside of it. So you're like, did he actually do it? Because you thought he was getting his shit under control. And then it's like, surprise, you know, of course he didn't do it.
Shocking.
Other guy basically like comes to the prison to pretend to be his like agent because, you know, it's like his best friend. Pretends to be a lawyer. Leaves his cane there to show the dude like, I'm no longer crippled. Like as a fuck you move. And then that's like the halfway point of the movie. The rest of the movie is basically like just him like figuring out his powers, like studying it more, coming to the decision of like maybe he just needs to be put down like the monster he is. Like that whole like it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde situation. But less of like multiple personalities. It's just you can't control the urge. Like there's just an urge to feed. If that makes sense. And they're not actual vampires. They're like mutants because of like the vampire bat gene. So that like basically the whole like way they got powers is they use the blood of vampire bats because it can coagulate blood in such a way that it'll correct for how their blood is fucked up.
Yeah.
So like that's how their powers are. Like there's actual reason behind it. It's not bullshit. But technically they're not vampires.
Let's dispose of the trash.
They're more like hey, honestly, Morbius is closer to, I don't know if you ever watched DC, you know who the Man-Bat is?
Yeah.
The dude who basically turned himself into a bat. Morbius is basically that. It's just, he has more of an appearance of a vampire, but in the face and the bangs, instead of him being like pale and like, you know, how he's supposed to be, he is pale, but he basically has more like bat-like features with like the retracted nose, and like multiple things instead of like the two things, which is kind of cool. So the movie's told from like 4 different perspectives. You've got the detectives' perspectives. There's 2 detectives like tracking the murders.
Yeah.
You've got Morbius's perspective. You have the bad guy's perspective, and you have Morbius's girlfriend's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch like each of these 4 little plots like kind of like
develop
come
in their
together.
own way.
Yeah, and each character have like their own little stuff. But basically like Morbius is like calm and collected while his friend is like kind of like crazy and wanted to like have the party stage and never got to do it. So basically like he's what happens when left unchecked, and Morbius is what happens when like you know, like he's trying to work through it, but by the end of the movie they don't resolve that. I want you to know, like he's still like dependent on like blood and shit.
Yeah.
But post credits they basically tie it into Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man movie. Basically the Vulture gets sucked into their world.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh hey, I don't know what happened. I think it was because of Spider-Man, but he doesn't remember that Spider-Man's Peter Parker anymore. And basically that's the setup for the Sinister Six movie. Because they're gonna do a Craven movie, they're gonna do a Madam Web movie, and I don't know what other Sinister Six. I don't know if they're gonna do individual movies for the other movies of the Sinister Six, but it's looking like they're trying to set up like a whole like thing.
Yeah.
But it's not. You're not sure yet whether or not they're going to be anti-heroes or just straight villains. Because Morbius isn't really a villain in this, and neither is the Vulture if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because the Vulture could have given away Spider-Man's identity, but he never did. He could have given it away to the fucking Scorpion.
Yeah.
At the end of the first Spider-Man movie. So like that kind of sets the way. You don't know what Sony's planning to do, but you know that like, hey. But I love the movie. Bryce said he got bored because he thought the start was a little like slow build-up. I actually like the slow build-up. There are gory moments. Like this movie's way more gory than like honestly even Venom.
It's more storytelling than.
Yeah, and it's also got way more gore. Like the camera pans out cinematically. So there's like a scene where he slashes a dude's neck and the blood splatters the fucking camera screen. When he does the echolocation, it echoes in the movie theater.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Ollie. Yeah, but when he does the echolocation power, it like echoes in the movie theater with his power, and you get to hear it based on the direction of the orientation it is to him. So it's cool as fuck.
That's very cool.
Like I was like, bro, that's like the coolest thing I've ever had in a movie experience.
Yeah.
I was like,
hey, what do you?
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's generally interesting the way they did it, and like that echolocation shit comes up. And basically, like, him and the bad guy, they have their own, like, duality. The bad guy's all about, like, the bronze and just using the powers basis. But Morbius has a deeper understanding of the powers because he's had a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So, like, there are some of the powers the bad guy's not in tune with. He's mostly just, like, the physical element of it.
Yeah.
Because he's only had it for a couple days. And that's where Morbius really has his edge, because Morbius is a fucking genius. So there's, like... There is a Venom, like there are 2 Venom Easter eggs in the movie. The cops apparently that are working on the Morbius case worked on the San Francisco Venom case with Eddie Brock, who is now currently on the run in the Sonyverse. And at the end of the second Venom movie, they teased Toxin, which is the spawn of Carnage, because Carnage fucking dies in Venom 2.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, they basically set up Venom 3. It's obvious that they're probably going to do... What I'm thinking is they're going to do a Sinister Six. It's going to be Venom, Vulture, Craven, Morbius, but I don't know who the other 2 are. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I do know who the other 2 are. Because they're going to do an Electro movie. The 6th one could be either... The 6th one's kind of up in the air, because they're either going to bring back the fucking Green Goblin from the Amazing Spider-Man, or they're gonna go full tilt and try to bring back the Lizard, because you know at the end you saw Sinister Six, that, or they're gonna fucking just create the Doc Ock character, because you know at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, when you see like the Sinister Six set up, you see all like the little attachments, and you even see Venom in a container, which they cut from the theatrical version and they added in the DVD, but you know that's no longer canon because Venom's with Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
So that's there. You don't know how they're going to set that up. You don't know what they're going to do, but it looks like they're trying to tease like the Spider-Verse stuff. Because I know that Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is supposed to make an appearance in the new Doctor Strange movie. So they're like showing presence of all three like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They're bringing like all of them back, and like they brought all three of them into the newest Spider-Man movie, and in the special edition in the DVD, apparently there's like 30 more minutes of like footage.
Huh. That's crazy.
There's like 30 minutes to an hour more of footage.
It sounds like they're doing a lot though. Like, I mean,
yeah,
they've kind of got,
like,
and it's not just like they're blindly doing shit. They have like a plan.
No, they've got a plan.
Up.
They're gonna do a Madam Web movie too, which is where I think they're gonna link like the Spider-Verse shit.
Yeah.
Where they're actually gonna try a real life Spider-Verse, and if they do that, they could find a way to probably link it to fucking the animated Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But that's if they want to go that route. They don't have to. So like all that shit's really cool. I really like that, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm down for this. It just pisses me off that the critics gave that movie a 14, because like that movie's better than Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like Iron Man 1 had a shitty bad guy, Iron Man 2 had a shitty bad guy, and like I liked that it focused on the alcohol stuff, like the alcoholism stuff, but Iron Man 2 tried a bunch and just didn't like get off the ground. The only thing that sold Iron Man 2 was Robert Downey Jr. But the bad guy in this, the dude who plays the Doctor, he's so fucking suave in this movie. Like Morbius is like kind of like antisocial and kind of keeps to himself. This guy's the opposite. He's like outgoing, charismatic. He's like a fucking rich, wealthy kid who he like gambles and like does all this crazy shit. And there's these scenes where like Morbius is like fucking freaking out over his powers and like getting over his shit. He's panicking, and this dude's sitting there like working out and like listening to music and like doing push-ups in his fucking bedroom.
God damn.
Like they are so different. It's so fucking funny. And like he's obsessed with Morbius, because him and Morbius are like the only two survivors of their ailment out of the original like clinic or whatever.
Yeah.
So like he literally goes out of his way to start just straight killing everyone that Morbius cares about.
Holy fuck.
And like he succeeds.
And he succeeds.
Yeah, like dude, there's so many people die in this fucking movie.
So many people die. Watch them erase half the fucking universe.
So many people die in this. They kill off main characters. They don't give a fuck. Like there are like consequences. Like by the end of it, Morbius is pretty much by himself.
Jesus.
And you're like, God damn, like, and he, you know, the guy has to basically like take on his own adopted brother and put him down before he causes other things. So like that is fucking sad.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, like that is more of a tie-in. Like I don't think they've done like a good enough thing with a bad guy like that since maybe like Black Panther.
Oh damn. Okay.
And I think Black Panther, in my opinion, Black Panther may not be the best Marvel movie, but the bad guy in it was so relatable, and basically the duality to fucking Black Panther, that you're like, holy shit, this works. And that's basically how this movie works out.
Yeah.
They are both the duality of one another. They are both connected to each other. While in Black Panther they're related through blood, this they're adopted, which honestly kind of makes them closer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because like they are bonded without blood and through experience and like dealing with shit, and like it's fucking good. Like I liked it. There was a connection to the villain. The villain was charismatic. I liked the villain. The love interest was pretty good in the movie. Like they sold that pretty well. Like the childhood, the build up, the background, and how he got his powers. Like while it was a little like done pretty quickly, it didn't feel rushed.
Yeah.
The movie's about like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Bryce said he thought it felt like a slog, but Bryce was just falling asleep because Bryce has the attention span of a fucking child.
Price has the
but,
attention
like,
of a housefly.
Yeah, I know. Like, me and his buddy that were sitting there like, man, this movie's fucking great. And, like, the fight scenes in this movie are brutal. Like, people are getting their fucking throats torn out. There's a dude who gets his eyes ripped out. Like, it is brutal. And the camera, like, changes orientation with it, too. So you're, like, seeing it from Morbius's viewpoint where he's, like, tearing people apart and shit.
Good lord.
And you're like, holy fuck, the cinematography for this fucking movie. I'm like, bro, Venom 2 sucks dick compared to this.
No choice.
So the entire movie, I'm just turning to Bryce going, bro, this movie's fucking good. We get to the end of the movie where it shows the fucking Vulture cameo. You know what Bryce says as loud as fuck in the movie theater, and he's not joking? Is that Blue Beetle?
Look sharp.
Is that Blue Beetle?
And I'm like, that's DC, you dumbass! I scream at him, too. I was like, you fucking idiot.
How much longer will our healing...
And, like, this lady behind us is just, like, blushing because I just called Bryce a fucking retard in front of everybody in the movie theater. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, I'm not a nerd like you. I'm like, it was your idea to come see this movie. You got a boner for
like
Morbius.
You said it was your idea. This whole plan
No,
was your idea.
No. Yeah, wait. The best part is the ending statement. I said, you've had a boner for Morbius ever since you saw him in the Spider-Man 3 video game when you were 12 years old. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
He's like, I'm not the nerd. This was your idea to come here. This is...
I was so fucking pissed off at him.
That's like me being like, hey man, do
two...
you want to go watch Star Wars? And then we start watching Star Wars, and it's like, you're a nerd. It's like, I'm not the one who wanted to come here.
Yeah, and
what the fuck are you talking about?
There are two end credit scenes, both of which show the Vulture. And Bryce knows it's the Vulture, watches it, and he's like, I told him it was the Vulture, and he still goes, is that Blue Beetle? And I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Sometimes I think Bryce lacks object permanence as well. Like, I think he just
Dude, he does. You know, the other day, I shit you not, I have told him in the last 2 months 30 fucking times when Tiny Tina was coming out. I told him again the other day after he was already upset that he had forgot that it had come out. I told him again the other day that I'd been having fun playing it, and he's like, oh, that's out? And I'm like, your girlfriend yelled at you in a restaurant because you don't have object permanence and that you kept forgetting, and I sent you like 13 text messages to remind you, and your girlfriend called you a fucking idiot.
So I was like, I forget things. Like, I forget things a lot.
He's gonna have dementia. He's gonna have dementia, and I'm gonna fuck with him so hard.
But Bryce?
Yeah, Bryce.
But Bryce.
Fucking dementia.
I love him. I love him. That dude could not find his way out of a minuscule sized Kmart. Like, this dude gets lost in a local grocery store.
He gets lost in a ball pit.
The man picks up the dude picks up a fucking can of pickles and goes, yeah, I found the pickles. Where'd the pickles go?
Dude, he wasn't even high. Think how bad he acts when he's high.
Oh my god.
I'm like, this is what happens when you do drugs before
Has he been doing better about that?
Better at pot?
About like not being high all the time? Especially when related to work?
He hasn't been doing it as much, but he's still been doing it.
Okay.
But I also know that he's not doing it as much, like, as badly, because that motherfucker was doing it, like, every day, but I think my mom got on his ass, and I think he realized that, like, he was fucking with him, so I think he's kind of cut it down. But, like, dude, he did it, like, every day from, like, the age of, like, 15 up, so, like, I generally think that shit has fried his brain.
No, it just
like,
it was like
he's
for a while it was like
borderline
every day. It was like every day that he would join the party, he was blazed out of his ass.
Dude, I fucking know.
I was like, hey man,
well, yeah, no,
like
really
you can't just be high all the time.
Well, honestly, like, I think his girlfriend is now still worse than he is. Like, she's dependent on it, but he was worse. But I think they, like, both, like, honestly were, like, pushing each other to, like, a worse level of where they were at. And I don't know what made him decide that he needed to cut it out, but he finally up and decided himself, but I think she's pretty heavy dependent on it.
Yeah. No, that's the shit is like...
I think the only reason he's cut it out is because he doesn't have any fucking money. Because I'm pretty sure the last 2 paychecks he got, he spent most of his money on fucking pot and groceries. I mean, it's gotten so bad to the point, like, back before he's kind of gotten a little better now. It got so bad, he was trying to get me to live with him and pay half his rent. Even though like, if we split it out evenly with the three of us, that would be a third, but he's like, nope, you're paying half of it. And I'm like, then I'm not going to live with you.
Then no.
I'm like, I don't want to live with you in the first place, but, like, this isn't appealing at all. Like, this is fucking retarded.
This is kind of dumb. No, that's
stupid.
just like he's like, love the dude. I'm gonna reiterate that, love the dude, but still like just put okay, but like I worry sometimes about the amount of time it takes for him to forget things. Like, it's like I forget
I'm pretty
things.
sure he forgets.
But
I'm pretty sure
I
he
told
forgets
him
things when he drives.
three
He's probably like in a
times.
car accident.
I told him 3 times in the span of an hour what was going on, and he forgot every single time.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like he's gonna have early onset dementia, and he's just gonna be gone. Like, I know that, like, our family has the genetic capability to have dementia, but I think he's just gonna get it because he fried his fucking brain doing too many drugs when he was a kid.
Yeah. No, I don't
Because
know.
here's the thing. He didn't just do pot when he was a kid, and my mom will fucking attest to this. Like, Bryce did hard drugs for like a straight year.
Damn.
So like he's definitely not all there for a fucking reason. But I also think that's why he's like so fucked up emotionally too.
Yeah.
He has like I don't know. It's like you know, he's still got like the basis, like the core there, but like it's fading.
It's fake.
Pretty soon it's gonna be like an empty tunnel. He wants to go back now, and I'm like, dude, you can't pay attention. How the fuck are you gonna get through training? And then he's like, I'm gonna go through training, and then I'm like, well, how are you gonna do that with a girlfriend who's got fucking attachment issues? And he's like, well, if it's not right for her, then I guess we're not right for each other. I'm like, that's what you always say, but you're gonna puss out and come back. He's like, no, I won't, man. And I'm like, yeah, you will. I'm like, you had a chance to like make it work in Kansas and find a job, and I know the first two didn't work out, but you could have looked for a third. Like, honestly, like, you know, shit happens, but like, you move back here, and you say that you moved back here because there wasn't options up there. There are options up there. There are no fucking options down here. You got lucky with that fucking pot store.
Look sharp.
And that's like your dream job. But yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's like, love him to death, and he's finally gotten a lot of his shit in check, but like, you know, he's still not the best. But no, Morbius movie, fucking amazing. Bryce is making dumbass jokes the entire fucking time. Like, when characters died, instead of Bryce going, oh man, that sucks, he just whispers in my ear, Depresso Espresso. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with you, son.
I don't know what to do.
A wailing beauty of lightning.
Yours could be let free.
No, we go to watch the movie, and he's like, I'm bringing a buddy along. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Who is it? Oh, that guy, you know, who's fucking my ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
And then he's like, I
Great.
look at him and I'm like, really? This dumbass? And he's like, well, he's better than some of your friends. And I'm like, really? Sean, Unholy, Ryan? And I'm like, what friends have I had that's wrong? You didn't like Josiah, and I'll admit Josiah didn't work out. I'll admit that. But like, what are these awful friends you talk about?
Where are they?
I guess he thought that I was like super close to Toxic, so I think he was trying to say that Toxic was stupid or something.
Weren't you introduced to Toxic through him?
Yeah. That's what I said.
I was gonna say, wasn't he Bryce's friend?
I was like, I haven't talked to Toxic in like 2 months, dude. He got super pissed off at me when I started to shoot up Texas.
Yeehaw.
Well, he did.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Bryce was like sitting there talking shit on supposedly my friend. And I was like, dude, this is a guy who literally like fucked your family over, mooched on your family, and is fucking your ex and had a kid with your ex. And did it right after you guys broke up. And then when we were in Walmart when he was buying me Kirby, we ran into the X, and I'm just like, you know, only Bryce would be comfortable in this situation.
Yeah.
He's fucking weird, dude. Like, holy shit.
This dude
like,
could fucking. This dude could have his fucking family, someone in his family, shot and killed, and then run into his killer and be like, "Hey man, what's up? Let's get dinner sometime and catch up sometime." I just want to talk to you about why you did it. That's all.
Let's talk about the philosophies of life, and then I'll forget it by the time.
Let's talk about the philosophies of life, and I'll forget where I am.
What day is it? God. Oh my god, dude. He buys alcohol at the restaurant we go to. And he gets blueberry alcohol, which is fine. Whatever. He drinks the fruity shit because he's fucking weird. Motherfucker, I don't know if he intentionally did it. I feel like he did and I wasn't paying attention. I think this motherfucker, like, squirted the entire lime into it and was like, that's too much lime.
That's too much.
And I'm like, Bryce, what the fuck? So, like, he gives it to me, he buys an entire new drink. His drink is still full.
He gets too much lime.
He doesn't actually juice the lime in this one. He just leaves it on the side. And I pour his drink into mine and then just pour a bunch of Dr. Pepper in it, diluting the lime. And sure as shit, I can taste the blueberry. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I just got a free drink.
He drinks only the lime juice.
And I was just like, Bryce, what the fuck, dude?
Bryce, please.
This fucking kid. I don't know. Worry about him sometimes. I really do. So here's the best part. So at the end of fucking Morbius, you know, the post-credit scene, it shows like the tear reality from the Spider-Man movie. And Bryce goes, "Is that from when Thanos snapped?" And I'm like, Bryce, what was the last Marvel movie you watched?
Bryce,
like, I haven't seen like the last 5 of them. And I'm like, then shut the fuck up.
You don't. Yeah.
Have you seen? So we see the trailer for the new Sonic movie, and he's like, I still haven't watched the first one. Because, you know, the new Sonic movie comes out in like 7 days. And me and Boomer went and saw it together. So me and Boomer are going to go watch that. I'm like, you want to go watch it with me? He's like, yeah. But I still haven't watched the first one. I was going to watch it, but it ran off of Hulu, so now I can't.
Alphen?
Oh my god. Bryce.
I'm like, god damn it, Bryce.
Bryce the kind of dude to watch Game of Thrones in the middle of the show and expect to know what's going on.
Really? Bryce is the motherfucker that halfway through the movie asks you questions on what the fuck's going on.
And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come
Hey man, who's that green guy?
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
So here's the best part. Bryce is like, why don't we all sit a seat apart from one another, but still talk to one another? So he's like leaning over and screaming for half the movie to talk.
Let's sit apart from each other. Why? Because.
What are those for?
To get to Lenegus.
Lenegus? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Well, I believe it. Well, either way,
But yeah,
I'm
no,
afraid
I
haven't heard
love him to
anything
death,
about
man. But
Starship.
dude, every time we go out, he does something stupid. We're at the dinner table, we're eating,
Sure,
and I
we've
guess
got
we were
stacks of
talking
old
about like
records.
that girl that he works with that like sexually harassed me.
Mind if we take
So he's trying to tell the story, and instead he goes on about how
Yeah.
long he can last in
Okay.
bed, and he's like, "What was the story again?" I'm like, "Bryce, get to the point." He's like trying to brag about the fact that his balls fucked up his fucking sex stuff so much that he can't bust a nut. And
Bryce is the only
he's saying
person I
this
know
shit
who
out
can-
loud in a restaurant filled with people.
Bryce is the only dude that
I
I
read
know
through
that
all
could
of the
fucking
records,
start
but
with
I
a
only
story
found a
about
single line
a,
that
st-
really
a
points to
sexual
what we're
harassment
looking
story
for.
about someone
It
else and
mentions
turned it
a rock
into
that shot
why
up
he's
the
harass
mountain.
you.
why he's good in bed.
The event was recorded just
Bryce
before the
talks
first
about.
Renan
Bryce is trying to tell you his
And you
side of the
think that
sexual
might be the
harassment story
Starship?
by sexually harassing
There
you.
was nothing else in the records that came even
So it kind of
close.
went like this.
It looked like it was someplace called Berg.
Now watch this try.
Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg.
That
Oh
ring
my
any bells
God.
for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a
God
meteor
damn it.
someone saw.
I don't know what to do with that
Another
kid
meteor in the
sometimes.
same
Sometimes I think I
area?
need to take him out to the
Really?
field and old yeller his ass.
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
I swear to God, I don't know how he's gonna be when he's fucking
tell us how to get there?
geriatric. That's a
old Zion
nightmare.
mine is
We're
up
gonna
that
just find Bryce
One of
like
the
with his
veins
ear
we
in his
abandoned
hand,
connects
Vincent
to the
Van Gogh
volcano.
style.
Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful. I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. There's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
I don't know, man. Like,
sorry,
I had more entertainment
blood
from
points,
Bryce
I'm sorry.
today than I did.
I'm
the
sorry.
movie.
As soon as I caught sight
Even
of
though,
the thing.
even
So I can't
though
tell you much
fucking,
more.
I liked the
Just
movie.
be
It
real
was just
careful if you
Bryce
get
was a
out that
fucking maniac today.
3. Okay. Okay.
Fucking absolute cretin.
Just there's times where I'm like, Bryce, how do you function? How do you do it? Like, seriously, how do you do it?
Yes.
I want to know your secrets.
Right.
Does he know something that I don't? Like, how the fuck? How the fuck can this man forget what fucking year it is and still be like functional?
We're going through
I'm like, you do realize that like
He
that
manages
alone,
a store.
that alone is like, it's predation enough for us to take you to the hospital against your will, right? You do realize that. Like, if you can't tell me your name, where you are, fucking what day it is, and what happened, I have the legal ability to take you to the hospital by force.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell?
What do you mean,
He's kind of out of
what?
spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
What?
Yeah, that's because you're fucking
Galaglians
autistic.
born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why
Yeah,
his plumage
yeah.
is so
You know
white.
that Texas
He
still
was born
fucking
in a
kills
winter
retards
wonderland.
sometimes, right?
Actually,
They didn't stop
Red
killing
owls
retards
absorb the
officially to like
astral energy of
2000s,
whatever land
and I
they're
guarantee you
raised
they'd
in.
make an exception
where
for
they're
you, you
born
foreign cunt.
doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white.
Hey,
The
streaming.
reason
I
is
got,
that he's still
I
just
got,
a
I got a
baby.
fucking. I was born here, and I was
mean
born
their
in
plumage changes
fucking
color
Oklahoma,
depending
you
on where they
bitch.
grow up?
Also, my family's from
Weird.
Spain, you dick.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise
starting
me
to
if his
sound like a
wings ended up
Texan. Too
looking
bad
like
they
a
wouldn't
colorful
accept you.
painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors, and his stomach and sides
He do
like
enjoy
a map
cookies.
of our travels? Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile.
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Poodle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating.
What game are you playing?
Appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so
I don't
young.
even. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Chief. I don't even know what that is.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Oh, it's that game!
What is he playing?
It's that fucking one where it's like you see all the memes of the people that are like clacking the keyboard super fast.
Oh,
And it's just like the
weeaboo
circles at different parts are like,
bullshit.
it's just like them like
Weeaboo bullshit.
fucking sweating.
Basically, Guitar Hero on steroids.
Yes, yes. People that play that game and are efficient at it scare the fuck out of me.
Hey, look, Sean's online. Hey, look, Sean's online.
Hey,
look,
shut the
Sean's
fuck up.
Online.
I know, I'm aware.
This is how he comes out of the closet and Holly. He just posts that he's online all the time, and then whenever he posts them offline, he's back in the closet.
We should be able to cook here.
Oh man. But no, that
Give me the
Morbius movie
report.
was pretty fucking good. I recommend watching it. The fucking critics don't know shit. Also, half the critics were
Better rest
upset
up while you
about that he
can.
wasn't an actual vampire, which he's fucking not. He's literally called the living vampire. And secondly, they were that Morbius wasn't gay. Morbius's whole plot line is that he's got a romantic interest. That's a woman. He's literally a tragic fucking character, and like the woman's supposed to ground him, and people are just like, nah.
He be gay.
He be gay.
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have
Heebie-jeebies.
as much as you like. Wow.
Just love the
Fucking
thought that the
weird-looking
fucking critics
alien
were like,
out there.
he's gay and
What is
that's
it?
final.
That would be grilled rapig.
He looks What?
Whoa there! What's the big brouhaha?
It's Rat Pig! How could you cook something with such cute little eyes? What did it ever do to you?
I feel
This is the shit where I'm like, I'm fine with
Literally one
the
of the
characters and
fucking
stuff. I don't
official
care.
critics
It's just
on
don't
Rotten
force
Tomatoes
it.
was it's
Because
not
then
gay enough.
nobody's
I do
happy.
realize it's become rather rare to eat them lately. What with people
Looks like
increasingly
Star Wars. They
embracing
took
them
out a
as
fucking
pets and
gay
companions.
kiss scene.
They definitely didn't fall out of
For the
fashion to
Chinese
eat
audience,
because of
and then when
their
they showed it in
flavor,
America,
that's for sure.
they immediately followed it up by
Agreed.
something more distracting
Rat
so
pigs
you
have
can miss
tender,
it.
fatty meat. The taste can take some getting used to.
They're like,
but I
we're
would
gonna
argue
make
that's
our
part of its charm.
movies more
If the
inclusive
taste is too
by
strong,
distracting
I
you
imagine
from
can
the
either just cook it
inclusiveness.
thoroughly or simmer it with some herbs to mask it.
Jesus.
Indeed. At first I wasn't sure whether to smoke it with spices
You're-
or simmer it in water. But
Okay.
I opted to grill it as
You
is
are-
instead.
Seriously,
So what did
I
he
don't know how
say?
to
I didn't hear
respond to
that.
that.
You have
What
the
did he say?
weirdest tastes.
He said
That's
the
probably
gays
because when
these
you live
days
the
make
life of
him
a
want to go
lord,
on a gay
you
hunt. And
grow
I was
tired
gonna
of
be
the
like, wouldn't that
ordinary
mean that you're
cuisine. So you end up
you're
seeking out more
self-hunting?
unusual food.
He is
No.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
homophobe.
Well, putting
Damn,
aside what it
he's
used
a
to
double
be,
agent.
gotta admit it
He's a
does
double
look
agent.
pretty damn good. Meat is meat after all.
That reminds me. I do believe I once read in a book about rare delicacies how one can go about preparing an owl. I suppose I won't have the chance to try it anytime soon.
Not with Hoodle,
Well,
you
dude,
won't.
no, I shit you not. When I sub, there's oh, that's so weird that the fucking bird fuses with the other bird. That's weird.
You are not gay.
So basically,
Shion, could we
there's
talk a moment?
a entire class at one of the schools I sub at where every female is considered gay because it was like during the like popularity of like people turning gay or whatever. So that entire class just decided that all the females in that class were gay, and they openly admit it too. When I subbed for that class, they asked me how I sexually identified, and I said, "Who the fuck
I'm looking forward to
cares?"
breakfast.
Identify as me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told them. I identify as me, and they're like, "Well, what do you identify as?" And I'm like, "An Apache helicopter. Leave me the fuck alone."
Me.
Fucking weirdos.
I got a video to send you. You just reminded me.
Oh no.
Yes, I did. Did you see me say that? Did you see me say to about the door? I was like, that was a very decisive no. That was. I gotta find it. It's a Sonic video, Hunter. You're gonna love it.
Oh no. Sonic videos are either like really funny, niche for the specific audience, or just so fucking cringe that you wish for death.
Oh, you'll love this.
Oh no, that sounds like a cringe one.
If you haven't seen it already, I love this one. This is funny. Send it to both of you. Here you go. Take a look at that.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
We've got
I'm
lots
ready
to
to
do.
send. Oh my god, I've seen this, and I love it so much. I've sent this to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell me your pronouns? Unlike you blue-haired liberals, I don't have pronouns. What? Everybody has pronouns. I don't. You will refer to me only by my name, Shadow the Hedgehog. Sure. Well, at least he gets the concept. Pronoun police. You said he, which is not Shadow the Hedgehog's preferred pronoun.
Leaving town.
I'm saving that. I'm downloading it. Oh, it won't let me download it.
I love the. I don't have any pronouns. You will refer to me only by my name, Shadow the Hedgehog. If there's anybody that ever does that in that kind of circumstance, I am afraid of them.
A comfortable win.
That is the equivalence of, haven't you ever heard "Don't fuck with a man with nothing left to lose"? That's where Shadow's at.
Bro, apparently the post-credit scene for the new Sonic movie introduces Shadow, so I'm excited for that.
That's great.
So they're literally gonna do City Escape and like probably like the fucking space laser from pissing on the moon meme in real life, and I'm gonna love it. I just want Eggman to go, I'm gonna piss on the moon. Oh, somebody's following me. Thank you, Ali 56HX, blah blah blah.
Blue.
It's a tad difficult to pronounce. Definitely appreciate it.
I've seen this.
You've seen what?
The first video. I've seen this one. That's besides the point, R. Kelly.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought to be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Yeah, that's about right.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
Oh my god, it's Sif.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock
God
fall on
can't
your
get the
head,
weather to
Bob.
work. He keeps turning it off and turning it back on again.
Dump tea in harbor. Achievement unlocked. Rebellion. I've actually been playing the American Revolution, the video game, but I've decided to join your Yanks. He played as the Yanks! Got him! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him!
Ugh, so hot.
Well, yeah.
That sounds like justice.
Reach the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast.
Enough discourse. Let's start intercourse.
What?
Nothing. You'll learn when you're older.
Shut the fuck up. By the way, Bryce was talking shit on fucking Dark Souls 2 today.
It has some sections where it deserves some shit talking.
That sounds like some heresy. No, he talked shit on the entire game.
Oh well,
Dark
no,
Souls
I
3
don't
is
agree.
not the best. Dark Souls 3 is the easiest fucking one.
I love Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, but that's
Oh my
cheating.
fucking god,
The
Slave
DLCs
Knight Gale.
for 2 slap. No, they were amazing. Dark Souls 3 is a subpar game with okay DLC.
You're just wrong. My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Unholy, have you even beaten Elden Ring yet? Then shut the fuck up.
I swallowed shit. My throat. Oh my god.
A classic combination.
I know, I'm just saying you don't have credibility, bitch. Have you beaten Sekiro? Shut the fuck up.
Do I have credibility?
I'd rather not be our party's
Yes.
fertilizer. Thank you.
I haven't beaten Sekiro or Elden Ring yet.
Sean, you just went through like all the fucking Dark Souls games within like the last month. You have credibility.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, dude, foreigner. You're the fucking Mexicans of white people. Get the
I'll
fuck
dump
out
your
of
tea in the
my
harbor again.
You know what the worst part is? Is you're like British but Scottish. You're literally betraying half of your DNA, you dumb cunt.
Leave the enemy parts to me.
So if he's
Then why do you align with the Queen?
wait, so hang on, hold on, whoa. Wait, so does that make him another double agent? So is he a quadruple agent?
Fucking traitor.
Oh my god.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Oh my
You are
fucking
a
god.
fucking asshole. How do Irish heritage than you do in your
This dude
Scottish?
changes more. This dude changes teams more than Italy.
Out of our way! Not in your dreams!
Unholy, you know that like I'm like half Irish, right? Like I'm not even fucking with you.
Time to get out of the way.
No, I'm not even half Spanish. It's like a quarter Spanish and like a quarter fucking German.
Them quarter Spanish genes are fucking strong as hell.
Or no, it's a quarter Spanish, like 13% German, and like kind of like 12.5 to 13% like Native American.
Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
But yeah, I am majority Irish. But yes, John, you are correct. They are dominant genes.
Yeah. So your fucking Spanish genes were just like, you're fucking Spanish, and it's like, I'm like 5% Spanish. Like, I said you're fucking Spanish.
Well, that's also why I can grow the facial hair that I do.
Yeah.
But you also know that I can grow like bearded facial hair, which most Hispanics can't.
Yeah.
No, because of the Mayan and the Aztec and Incan, like basically which are subsections and kind of like similar to Native American DNA, they don't have the ability to grow like full facial hair. If they do grow facial hair, then they have no lineage correlation with the Mayan, the Aztecs, or the Incans.
Have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
Well, apparently all the like subsections of Native Americans, save like one tribe, like one or two tribes, because I think the Mohawks and the Blackfoots can grow facial hair. Coincidentally, I am Blackfoot and Cherokee and Navajo, and the Navajo could grow facial hair because they live in the mountains. So I am like all versions of Native American that could grow facial hair, but the Cherokee can't, which is why it took me so long to develop facial hair. So yeah, it's funny how genetics work. But I can grow more facial hair than Bryce, which is funny because we have the same DNA. But Bryce can't grow any facial hair besides maybe a partial mustache. It's because he took more of the Caucasian genes than
No
the
fine
fucking.
weapon material when I see
Yeah, I took the Spanish, but usually. No, he honestly just took more of the fucking like German.
Hey, what do you say we
No, Spanish can grow full beards.
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist.
Northern. We would northern Spain because we have like a subsection of like one of our ancestors was actually like Germanic in the Spanish side, so there is that. So yeah, we were more northern. Fun fact: there was a white guy in my Spanish fucking family tree. But I'm talking like Caucasian, not like Hispanic. Yes, but the complexion isn't what their classification are. Like Caucasian is like Scottish and Irish and English, but like the Spanish are considered Hispanic because where do you think Mexicans get their DNA from? Half of the Mexicans' DNA is from Spain because Spain came over there and raped everybody. Which is why you can be Hispanic and you could be Mexican and Spanish, but not all Spanish are Mexican, does that make sense? Because
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
yeah, but I don't look white. Yeah, I have the melanin. I have no, it's not the white. It's the melanin from the Native Americans. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, no, it is definitely interesting.
I think it's kind of funny that most other countries that developed off of other countries, such as Mexico, instead of referring to themselves as Spanish, they call themselves Mexicans. But in America, we do not call ourselves Americans half the time. We most of the time will say, oh, I'm German, Irish, or like I'm whatever.
Yeah. That's because America has more like ties to like your state than your country. Does that make sense? Which is one of the reasons we got into the Civil War, because people are more allied with their state than they are with their country. which is why
Yeah.
most Americans don't trust their government and stuff.
Yeah. What did I think we talked about? I think we talked about that fucking saying about don't trust the government. Was
Yeah.
initially a form of conversation that was basically saying like, hey, don't rely on your government to do everything that you need done. It's like, don't trust your government to fucking bail you out.
Yeah.
You get in trouble. Like, don't trust your government to always make decisions that are going to be directly affiliated with you or your interests.
Which is why most people like their states, because their state usually has stuff that correlates or relates to them.
Yeah, but now they've twisted that shit of like, don't trust your government to the entire other side, where they're like, they think the government's out to get them. Like, it's not a conversation about like, oh, you know, like they're not gonna fucking pass bills all the time that directly will benefit me or my family. It's turned to the government's trying to fucking kill all of us with a vaccine. And I think I told you that I was like, let's sit down and think about this for a minute. What benefit does the government have from killing millions of its citizens? All that is doing is those people don't pay taxes anymore.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Everybody pays taxes in Hollywood. If you work, you pay taxes. You don't willingly go, I'm going to pay my taxes. No, it's taken out of your paycheck. You don't have the option. Yeah, to literally commit tax fraud, you get it taken from your paycheck. It's like whatever your state percentage is. So some states are like 10%, some are like 15, some are like 8. No, they don't take taxes unless you've worked.
You haven't made any money. You didn't make any money.
No, they take it for the previous period. It's
so, like,
not from that date. It's like for the previous year.
Yeah, so like January 2020 to December 2020, like January 1st to December 31st is a tax period, and then into like from I think it's like between January and April of 2021 is when you file your taxes for the last year, and then they go process all of it then.
Yeah. Our tax system's kind of weird.
Like they tax you as soon as you get your paycheck. Like it even says on like pay stubs where it's like gross pay or net. I think it says gross pay and then like what you take home.
And
because
if
they
you didn't
tax
work
you
a bunch in the year and like they take taxes from you when you worked, say like you didn't work for most of the year and they took taxes from your paycheck, you will have a bigger tax return because that is more of a percentage. So like say you were jobless for half a year and you only worked to make $1,000, whereas someone worked and made $3,000, you would have probably a bigger tax return than them because you didn't have an annual income that year, and it would disparage you more than them.
Yeah, they base it kind of like off of your economic standing.
If you have kids,
so like what you
it's like tripled.
Literally what happens is like the reason that tax filing happens is because they're cross-checking everything to see where you stand, and they have minimums set in place for your tax area for how much you need to pay in taxes. So like if you fall into a medium, like a middle class tax bracket, but you've only paid like between low and mid taxes because you have like another form of currency coming in, they'll make you pay them the difference, which usually isn't a whole lot.
Yeah, you
like,
can
they'll pay the difference.
If you work for like a local place that doesn't take out the correct amount, sometimes you can like owe the state when it comes to tax and not get a tax return.
What is that?
You could owe the state money.
Oh.
What?
No, I just looked in my chat. But no, like that's the entire thing. Is like because I end up having to owe because I'm trying to take money out of my dad's old IRA and like cycle it in so that we can close that account down because there's like a minimum period that I have to have all that pulled out. So we're slowly doing that, but it counts as another form of income, but it's taxed on the way out. So they get their taxes then, but then they put it into account to make sure that like everything's going over smoothly. But like I owed quite a bit. Like I owed quite a bit because I technically had like 2 or 3 forms of income at the time, because I worked for my first department that I was at before, and then I switched jobs, and I was also getting I got like 2 of the paychecks that were like $8,000 or something from that account because we had to pull them out. So they taxed me, and then they taxed the money as it came out, and then that year ended, and then I filed my taxes, and they put me in a bracket, and then and then made up the difference.
That firepower of yours is really something.
Yeah, it can get complicated sometimes, but it usually depends.
Yeah. Because like shit changes with like, oh, you know, I have 2 kids at home that I take care of. That changes your taxes.
You
or like
so much fucking
like,
money.
Or like I have someone that lives with me that I have to provide care for, but they're not my child. That changes your taxes. Like,
yeah, dependence.
Yeah, there's so many different things that kind of fluctuate your taxes, and depends on how much you either get paid or how much you owe. Because if you have dependents, they end up paying you more for your tax return because you're in charge of more than just yourself. And
So
they don't want to like
if you're
run
in
you dry.
lower income and your tax return is $1,000, if you have kids, it's like $3,000 to $4,000. If you have 1 kid, if you have 2, it's like another like $1,000 on top of that. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, so like basically, all these fucking people with a bunch of kids get a bunch of money back on their tax returns. Whereas like, so basically, if there was someone like me who fucked up and had a kid in high school and they're the same age as me, working the same job and everything, they would get like $3,000 extra back every year because they have a fucking kid. Which I think is bullshit. Is yours seasonal or what?
Here, let me help. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Fall into the
See, in the US, even if you make that, you still get taxed.
Okay, here I go.
Make it rain!
My turn.
Hurricane strike!
Here I come.
heaven and earth. A wailing banshee of lightning.
Yeah, a majority of Americans
doing really great
in like
lately.
lower to lower mid make less than that, and like they still get taxed though. It's fucking ridiculous.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely.
Then there's also sales tax, which is fun.
Yeah, and in Texas, apparently, they do not have tax on like
There is no
purchased
sales
food
tax.
goods.
Though I won't make any promises.
It's only on food
think-
goods though.
Yeah, I was saying there's a couple states where they do have sales tax, but they show it on they try to show it on the item to where it's like a set rate per item, instead of it being like instead of taxing your total, they tax the amount the product is worth.
Yeah.
So instead of being like, oh, you know, we're gonna total you out to $100 and we're gonna tax you and that's gonna put you up based off the total, it's like they tax based off the item. So the item's $6 and it's $7 with tax, but and when you get to the register, it's gonna be exactly what it's. If you add it all up, it's gonna be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just taxes figured before. Yeah.
And most states don't show you what the product is worth with the tax, which is annoying. But there are some states that do.
See, I would personally like to be able to fucking see
I would
what
like to
I'm
see
paying,
that.
like just directly what I'm paying.
A wailing banshee of lightning.
It's basically during like the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression. It was harder for people to buy stuff when they would see like how much it actually was. So in order to get money circulating back into the economy, they kind of started making that regular. Fun fact.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Which it's also why like our servers and stuff make $2 and they have to live off their tips. And we haven't changed that since the 1940s.
Stupid.
Yep.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're like mandatory in the US, and if you don't tip, you're an asshole. It's fucking annoying.
You sure showed them.
The system's set up in such a way where people are fucking dependent on tips, which is stupid.
And they're like, if you don't tip by a certain percentage, you're also a dick.
Yeah.
It's fucking annoying.
I don't even do percentages. I usually just drop like however much. Like I'm just like, oh well, you know, I $15 for this. Here's $5 or $10, I don't care. Or like, if it's a fucking dinner place, I'm like 20 or something.
For every $10, I usually tip $1.
Yeah, see, I don't even take the time to do it. I'm like, this sounds right, and then fucking throw it in there.
If I get to $1.50, I'll round up. So like basically, if I pay $15, I'll tip $2. But if I'm like, if I'm at like 30, then it's like 3.
Yeah. I know a lot of places are having like auto select things where you can just put like I want to pay the 20% or 15%.
Yeah,
or
that
10.
that's that. I think that's fucking predatory as fuck. Because there's a coffee shop where I'm at where you just go in, you grab your coffee. There's no like waitresses or anything. They just serve you coffee, and it's not like a restaurant. Like yeah, there's food there, but it's a fucking coffee store. And then it's like, would you like to tip today? And there's like a tip jar in front of the register, and then the machine will tell you how much 15% is, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, it doesn't give you the option to make a custom tip sometimes too, and that's annoying.
Yeah, it's like Subway around here that they have the fucking like 10, 15, 20%, but it's whenever you purchase.
I stopped eating at Subway whenever they found out that their fish meat wasn't fish meat.
I don't eat fish up there.
Well, I used to only eat tuna subs.
Yeah. I get fucking American Code. Yeah.
I'll only eat the chicken curry tuna. Yep. They take your card, walk to the back, and that's still uncomfortable for me.
I could say the same to you.
See, some restaurants have the machine at the table, like fucking Applebee's and like Red Lobster. You can pay at the table on the machine. Okay, I'm just saying it for an example. Stop harassing me about the Applebee's waitresses, I swear to God. One time, I fucked an Applebee's waitress one time.
That's all it took.
I've gotten more shit for that than fucking a bitch from Burger King.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
You were talking and you're like, I was down in my life and I fucked a bitch from Applebee's. Okay, go fuck yourself. That's fair. You know what? That's nasty. It'd be like fucking a bitch from McDonald's. Oh, you can taste the grease. Get the McHerpes.
Ugh.
Hey, who's quivering? I think we're about to be real lucky.
But no, fucking yeah. The American like tax system is so fucked because it's state by state too. It's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's fucking annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Texas kind of does it the best with like food and groceries because those are things that people need to survive, and taxing those can like actually fuck with people's well-being.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, Texas is a ridiculous tax on just about everything else. Alcohol, guns, and fucking everything are taxed out to the fucking shit. Which, don't get me wrong, like, I don't really mind the guns, but like, I don't mind the fucking nicotine and stuff, but it's like the alcohol one's kind of fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't buy alcohol on this fucking computer shit again. It's so funny. I don't buy alcohol on a daily basis, but, like, sometimes when I want to buy alcohol, I don't want to pay $50 for a fucking bottle.
Which is reasonable.
Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, that's how they make up for it. And don't get me wrong, like, yeah, that's good that they make up for it, but, like, a lot of, like, tax and state, if they would handle their taxes better and distribute their money better, you wouldn't have these fucking issues. If you would tax your fucking wealthy, we wouldn't have problems like this either. That's why California fucking sucks, dude. Oh, that was your Xbox?
Yeah, Xbox just crashed me out.
No. I thought it was your PC again and I laughed.
No. It was the fucking Xbox app crashing me out. Like, I was just sat there talking, like, I went in to deliberately check my Wi-Fi because I was just like, there's no fucking way.
So is the Xbox app on your computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I deliberately have you guys as an overlay so I can actually see when you're talking.
Oh my god.
No.
I fucking hit the button on accident.
But no, fucking, yeah, like, tax systems in states are fucking stupid sometimes, and that's what I was basically getting at when you left. I was like, California is shitty because they don't tax their wealthy for fuck, and that's why everybody has to pay such high taxes, and why their fucking gas prices are so fucking crazy, because they're like, hey, you know that place where you can barely get around with a gallon of gas? Why don't we just make gas unbearable?
Oh, there'll be nothing left of you.
Yeah, I don't understand California.
California.
I don't think anybody understands California.
Like, the state's stupid. I get that there's probably some good places to live there, but the state's just stupid.
My main problem with California is the entirety of that state is absolutely fucking garbage, and it's been reeled the fuck by stupid people voting for stupid shit. Then when California became what California is today, they were like, huh, California shit, let's go move elsewhere and put our...
Dude, isn't
those laws
California
in
also
place.
weird as a state? Because aren't they like a Democrat state, but they always have like Republican governors?
What kind of poem is that?
It depends.
It sounds like a yes, but okay.
No, I'm saying I don't know what exactly the governor is, but I know for like provinces or counties, I know the more regional ones are Republicans.
Well, I think that's
citywide.
also, I think that also plays into why like the rich don't get taxed so much there, is because like a lot of the rich and wealthy in California have deep ties into like Republican pockets over like Democratic pockets.
No. A lot of the rich live more in the big cities, so that's why the Democrats like backing or like helping those who back them, so they're not going to fix it. Just like the Republicans aren't going to fix it because they're fat.
Yeah, but the Democrats are more tied in like the fucking oil industry, and like the Republicans are in the coal, and then like the Republicans and the Democrats are both in Wall Street. Like, it's weird like to think of how many things they're directly involved with, and how many things they're corrupt with. It's like what, like fucking Nancy Pelosi was at a fucking wedding as like the fucking person like getting the people married for like an oil baron.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh, that should not be a thing.
Welcome to corporate America.
Yeah. But it's not like
Right,
the other side isn't better. Capitalism is a fucking abomination.
Fucking call me.
It is.
You made me angry.
In communist is just genocide with second steps.
I didn't say I wanted to live in a communist society, did I? I
No,
would
but
like
I know
a
you love
balanced
Nancy Pelosi.
society. I don't like Nancy Pelosi. Who the fuck told you that?
Oh yeah, sorry. My bad. It's Joe Biden in it.
I don't like him either. You forget I'm an independent. Like, I just don't
No,
like
I know
anyone.
you are.
I should probably
No, I know
think
you
about
are.
tonight's menu.
I'm like,
Remember,
dude, I
just
don't
call
like
you a
any
commie
of them.
because it amuses me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, well, call me and a fucking liberal. We pretty much are aligned on the same political beliefs, so I lean a bit more right than you do.
You lean more right with like societal stuff, and I lean more right with like punishment.
Oh no, we're both like...
Hunter wants to fucking kill people.
I believe...
That's what Hunter wants to do. Hunter wants to fucking kill people.
I think
Like
pedophiles
with
should have their
dogs
dicks cut off, but you know, that's,
No,
that's
no,
a different
There you
story.
go. See, yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
No. Me and Hunter are disagree on this. I believe that we should treat pedophiles like we treat dogs that attack people. We should just fucking inject them. Fuck them. Or fire squad.
I think we should like publicly
Or hanging.
execute certain people for doing certain crimes, but that's just me. But that's also
Touching
because I'm
kids.
fucked in the head. Yeah, touching kids is one of them.
Hurting animals.
Dude, if
Fucking
somebody
animals.
hurts an animal, like animal abuse, like I hate that that's only like a couple months or maybe a year. No, I want to see motherfuckers publicly fucking shot in front of their kids for that shit.
Oh, speaking of, hurting people or doing shit.
Good follow-up.
You know Russia.
You know, like,
No,
yes.
I don't know who Russia is.
This mystical
fucking-
country with unicorns, yes.
Yes.
Fucking Narnia
Your
ass.
first... you know how they released that new law of if you basically say shit bad about the government or the army of what's happening in Ukraine, you can get like 15 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, their domestic violence charges is 5 weeks.
What the fuck?
That fucking doesn't shock me like at all.
Well, I think if you have domestic violence in your household, like, one, I think the cases need to be more thoroughly inspected. Like, men shouldn't be blamed for all of them and shouldn't take all the jail time. I think both sides are to blame if there's violence on both sides. Now, if it's just one man beating up a fucking woman, now that's bullshit.
Or vice
But,
versa.
like, or vice versa. But like, I feel like a lot of times with domestic abuse, especially in like women's rights states or states where they like women have all the rights when it comes to like custody, relationships, and all that shit, which I hate. That they're backwards as fuck, because like the woman could like cut a dude's face, but if he punches her once, he gets fucking jail time. It's like one of Bryce's
Do you remember that
friends who's
fucking
also a
Daniel
dumbass.
Tosh show? Do you remember that Daniel Tosh fucking joke that he made? And he was like, trying to remember the fucking.
If your wife's drowning the baby, are you allowed to hit her?
Yeah, there's no excuse. He's like, all right, what if you come home one day and your kid and your wife has drowned 2 of your kids. She's about to dunk the third one. Can you pop her then?
Yes. Fuck that hoe.
I was like, damn. Like that, I feel like that's acceptable to fucking like if they're trying to kill people, then yeah.
No, I'm on the if a woman swings at you, you have all right to defend yourself. And
Equal
smack that
rights,
bitch.
equal fights is my philosophy.
Facts. Fuck them. They want to be treated like a man? And fair enough. You swing on me, I'm gonna fucking put you in the dirt.
Jesus.
See, when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I'll never hit a woman. But now as an adult, I'm like, you know, if a woman like went to strike me or cut me, I probably wouldn't like straight deck her, but I'd probably slap her and send her ass flying.
No, thing is just like I'm like,
if a
look,
woman
I'm
tries
not
to-
gonna fucking like, I'm just not gonna fight. I'm gonna try not to fight people in general. Like if they try to fight, I'm gonna try to end this shit quickly. I just don't want to fucking be involved in altercations with anybody.
But yet,
Sean,
you argue an
Mr.
EMP, the likelihood of you actually getting beaten to death is very high.
Yes.
Or
That's a
getting
fair
killed in the
point.
line of your field.
Yep.
Fair point.
Why aren't you strapped?
Why aren't you strapped?
Like, why aren't you carrying a 45 to kill them fucking crackheads who are going to try and knife you?
I don't fucking know.
Actually, since this crackheads carrying FN57, they're a bit
Is that
pricey,
the
but they
thing
do
from
have
before?
a perk against the
Extendo
poor
clip.
people.
It is.
Here, be a match, you're gonna go make Martino.
That's the same thing we fought earlier.
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go!
That is a dragon with fists. I don't like that. It was a fucking dragon with fists.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone.
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
Is summoning Zoogles? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Charge like that can easily be faced.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Dragon form! Why'd you heal me?
Let's keep up the
Stop you
pressure.
dying?
Ah, right. Burn in hell!
I can carve through armor! In a bind?
Dragon form! Here I come! Dragon form!
I'll heal you all. Fall into thine own depths. Healing circle.
You're mine! I'm not done!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
You're mine! Double demon bang!
Radiant pierce.
My head is getting just watching you.
I can carve through armor! In a bind?
Dragon
And
form!
just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
I owe you one. You're mine! Dragon form!
Piercing roar!
Hurricane strike.
I'm not done!
Feast your soul!
You're mine!
Water, hear my call.
Cosmic
Spread. Glacial spear. Here's
It's
evil.
total devastation! Take this!
Let the marksman handle this.
Dragon swarm! Crush!
Here, let me help. Illuminate your path.
No further!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Dragon swarm! Eat this!
I just fucking died. Holy shit.
Chain between heaven and earth. Astral energy.
Say no more! Got!
Well done.
Go time!
Look sharp. My astral healing
I can
illuminates
carve
the
through armor!
Flaming meteor. Glacial spear. Here's the evil.
Turtle devastation!
Here, let me help. First aid.
Appreciate the help.
Eternal devastation! Dragon swarm!
Holy shit. That hurts. Let me see.
Get behind me!
Burn in hell!
Hurricane foot! Blizzard bloom! Illuminate the dark! There you go! Don't let up! A chain between heaven and earth.
Here I come!
A wailing banshee of lightning! Explosion!
No escape!
I can handle it! Here, let me help. Disasters made
Their hearts were interrupted.
Feelings of purity!
Far enough!
Dragon Swarm!
Too shy to
Turn up devastation!
Here!
Now we're not out! Take this!
It's weakened!
Sonic Thrust! This ends now! Eat this!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Frost!
How the fuck am I supposed to fight this big
Here,
bitch?
let me help. First aid! Here come more!
We'll just have to keep fighting.
Havoc thrust!
As for words,
That's my cue!
Ah, that was weekend.
Shut him down!
Do it!
So how goes your Dead by Daylight shit?
This ends now!
It's going.
Now! Take this! Hurricane Thrust!
Beast assault!
Healing circle!
Appreciate the
Hurricane
help.
Thrust!
Come forth and heal one down!
Another one!
Stop the stream.
No more playing nice!
Are you gonna start up another one or call it for the night for streaming?
Do what?
Are you calling it a night for streaming or what?
Right after I silenced
1 second.
Kisara! You're so
Yeah, I have all the one.
I thought you more
I
defensively
think.
minded.
Where's Valkyrie?
defense via threat elimination.
Okay,
So
yeah,
the
another
best
one.
defense is a good offense. Raging cascade! It's in the sky, it's sealed!
I think I'm gonna be done
I
for this for the
never
night.
miss!
But you're gonna keep going.
Possibly. I don't know. I need work tomorrow.
Do it!
In an instant! Impact Frost!
Yeah, no, I recommend watching that Morbius movie, by the way. It was pretty fucking good.
Healing circle!
Yeah.
I owe you, Xion. Healing is what my art is.
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
How the fuck am I supposed to shoot this?
I don't know what I'm doing yet.
You picked the wrong fight!
can't get out of this!
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going? In here!
I'm not done! Totally! In an instant! Impact Frost!
Will this
Now!
Ready to go!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
What?
Don't put them all the way on.
Why the fuck are they all the way up there?
so much? Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah.
Is that
You too.
supposed to be a thing?
Here's a healing art.
That is a mess.
One for that.
I cannot even see where anything is. I don't even know what this is. Joey's mixtape. Okay. Cool.
I can't read any of that.
I'm not done!
see the lead.
Eat dirt.
Eternal
I
devastation!
never miss.
Yeah.
Here's a healing art.
Hurricane!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Appreciate the help.
Good fucking lord.
5 feet away.
Yeah.
And I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Round and pound! Armor won't save you! Take this!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Confiscated. Here it goes. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Flaming meteor!
Hurricane lightning. Orb.
Strike!
Here.
Take this! I'm not to my...
First aid. What would I do without you?
This one's mine! I think the enemy's getting
Oh.
desperate.
Got them where we want them.
Don't tip your hand, though.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Armor won't save you! In a bind?
Healing circle.
Ignite!
How many more of these fucking things do I have to fight? What the fuck?
I don't know what that is.
Lightning condemned.
Oh.
Handle this. I never miss.
I'm not done!
Yeah.
Eternal devastation!
Holy Blizzard
Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Now we're not...
No escape! You're finished!
You can get your
Make it red!
Commander of Heaven!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Okay, fuck. Don't summon anymore. Holy shit.
Strike.
That's stupid. Doesn't let me attack.
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not
Yeah.
yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
Healing circle.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
You just put contacts and glasses at the same time.
That's enough.
Get magnifying vision.
Go back down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the logo is blurry.
Yeah.
Did I just one-shot it?
Actually, you're blurry for me.
Wow, Sean, if she
Yes.
wants to censor your dick in bed, all she's gotta do is take off her fucking glasses.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
She could turn real life into hentai
That
real
thing
quick.
scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a
You can barely
lord.
see anything.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping
Yeah.
harvest astral
Kinda.
energy. What?
Perhaps a
Very
living
blurry.
spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or
don't
maybe
know.
part of
I
a
mean,
new
I think I
force
can see you
dispatched
better
to
'cause I'm
regain
close
control
up.
of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Oh, fuck this map. The game.
Secret key.
I feel the power flowing through me.
Oh, fuck
You'll
the
be able to
secret.
help
Oh,
even
wait,
more.
I bet I know where the secret key leads.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I will.
Sean is online. Sean is online. Sean is online. Oh, look, an achievement, and Sean is online.
Just in case you didn't know.
Is that it over there?
Keeping me on my toes, right, Sean? Oh, what a good dark man.
Hi. Hello, Claudette.
Are you still streaming?
No,
I didn't think so. Sorry.
you're fine.
So, according to America,
Mm-hmm.
if your prescription is negative 2.5 or lower, without correction, you are legally blind.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's negative 450.
Yes.
Blind ass bitch.
Yeah, you are. You are.
I'm legally blind.
You're legally blind.
That's it, I'm getting disability.
I'm getting disability.
Does she qualify?
I'm calling the government. Yeah, she's
Could-
technically legally blind.
So
Without correction, yeah.
Without correction.
Dude, my mom's side is negative 650.
Jesus.
Like, I can't physically see out of my mom's glasses at all.
It's like how the fucking cops always have to call out whenever they do like a license check. They'll say like corrective lenses.
Yep.
That kind of shit.
No, like, I will not get behind the wheel if I do not have glasses or contacts in.
What
I
gives-
can't fucking see well enough at all.
Yeah.
Like, I can't hardly... Like, your face isn't clear to me and I'm less than a foot away from you.
Yeah.
I haven't found that in me yet.
I guess that's kind of cool that I'm legally blind.
I guess that's kind of cool. What? That's pretty neat.
Starting to sound like Bryce there, Aubrey. Be careful.
Yeah.
Have you guys checked?
And then I guess in other places, negative 425 is considered...
Your equipment lately?
Negative 420 when a
either way,
pothead is depresso espresso.
Jesus.
I didn't realize my eyesight was that bad.
I thought one of her
Yes.
eyes didn't work. She was already working with a
Yes.
50%. That's a failing grade.
Alvin?
Hunter said, I thought
Did
one
you
of her
remember
eyes didn't
something?
work, so she's working at 50%. That's a failing
No,
grade.
but I have seen this starship
Bro,
before.
I'm even less than 50%.
Here, even
My
that much
working
more of a
eye is legally
disappointment.
blind.
This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
I say I
3
didn't
centuries
know it was
later,
that bad,
it's
yet
no
I
worse for
literally
wear.
run into doors
I'll
and
take a look at
walls
the
when I don't know
internals.
my glasses are in the house.
Yes.
Damn, I'm amazed it still works.
That
at
is a
all
thing
after
you
all this
actually do.
time.
It happens.
The past meets the present.
Who put the door there?
What did
Who put that house there?
This
I
morning
really
when I
am
got
from a
up, I
different
didn't
time
have
and
my
place.
glasses on yet. I ran into the bathroom door and said
Oh my god.
sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
God damn it. Unholy
you've
sent me a
got us
picture
now,
that says,
Alvin.
enough discourse, let's
Not
start
only that,
intercourse.
but you've helped out
Yeah,
so
that's what he
many
sent me.
people
That's what I was
too.
laughing
I'm
about.
saving that.
Law's
I'm gonna
right.
make that his fucking
Ringwell, too.
contact picture.
You're one of us now. No
Wait,
more
what?
carrying
He's-
the weight of history on your shoulders.
You dumb bitch.
Enough discourse. Let's have intercourse.
I'm gonna make that your fucking
Oh, okay.
contact picture.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I just got back and I was like, I'm gonna make it as contact photo. I knew I was getting talked about, but I didn't know exactly in what context.
Yeah, he's talking about
shit.
the fucking the one picture you sent.
I just saw
It
it.
is a good picture.
Because I was in the middle of a boss fight when you
All
sent it.
internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long
Right.
it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready
Nice.
for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd
My
call
fucking
my
hacks.
forte, so I'd rather not
My
hazard-
ruins!
So we've just got to sit around here and wait?
You pussy bitch.
Terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child.
Unholy.
Your
How about
mom!
we use this time to
Hunter,
prepare and
so
gather supplies for
Unholy
the
says
trip?
your mom.
Good idea. Who knows
Ryan
when we'll be back
is,
from
but he's
Lenegis
not
once we leave.
alive.
We should
I asked
prepare
because I
ourselves
heard a
for
very
every
British,
possible
"Oh,
scenario
no."
before we go.
Yes. We did, in fact.
Who
do
the
that.
else would it be besides me?
I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while
Me
we're
making
gone.
fun of
Either
you?
we race ahead, or we take due precautions.
Yeah, no,
to
but
ensure
who
we
else
have
would be
no
British in here?
regrets. I shall leave
He
it
says,
up to
"Oi,
you as to
mate."
how we proceed, Alphen.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, fuck off!
He's mad that I called him weird as fuck because he puts French fries beans on bread.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot him.
Beans
Not
on
bread
toast.
on toast. You fucking knobhead.
He says, not bread, toast, you fucking knobhead.
Oh, I'm sorry that I don't eat my chips on toast.
Why wouldn't you
Oh,
have
mate,
a fucking...
where you store the beans?
In the cupboard.
Okay, so
In the cupboard.
the beans on the toast doesn't sound that bad. Like, I could do that.
What
But the
if?
French fries.
They're not
keep
French
boys.
fries, they're chips.
When we first started
I keep
this thing,
French fries on the
did you
beans
ever
on
imagine
toast.
They are
we'd
French
be
fries.
going
Fuck
to
off.
Lenegis?
They're not French fries, you Yankee cunt.
After all,
Keep
this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home,
I
right?
can partially hear. He's
No
being a
sure
fucking
Zephyr would be
wanker.
proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
Bite me.
And a little shocked too.
We're defying the order of
Beans
things that
on
have
toast.
persisted for 300 years. Deep down,
Forget your
I
chip
knew our
stuff.
journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Oh, the one who is all sixes and
Yeah,
sevens.
you maybe, but you're a Renan.
I'm sorry.
The rest of us can barely
the
even
UK is
picture what it
fucking weird.
means
They
to
eat
leave
like a
Dana.
whole ass fish that's
No
fried
offense to
on a
Shion and
fucking
Dohalim,
bun and
but
call
it's
it
worth
a meal.
remembering
And
we're
I'm
heading
like,
into
mm,
town.
Mexicans do it too, and they leave the eyes in. You sick fuck.
And this is
No, 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 we
picnic for
don't.
me either.
Remember,
I know,
our
but
aim is to ensure
I'm
that
defending
both
you. I'm
Lennigus
like
and the
she's
Renan
making fun of
homeworld
fried
leave
fish, and
Dana
I'm like,
alone for
bro,
good.
Mexicans leave the fucking eyes in. They don't even
sure.
fully fry them,
Be
some
able to
bitches.
avoid
Yeah.
a fight.
Check snap. That's a fish butty.
Is there no way we can
That's
talk
what?
them into leaving
A
us
fish
alone?
butty.
A fish what?
You
Fish
did
what?
to a fish?
Butty.
People of Lennigus?
He did what?
B-U-T-T-Y.
He did what in his
I
cup?
mean, we
See,
found a
it's
way to
not
make
just
it
me.
work with
That's what he
Shion and
texted me, and I was
Dohalim,
like, "Can
right?
you quit fucking speaking in
And
tongues?"
it's not just us. If places like
Fish
Menenicia can
buddy.
do it,
I thought you said
then
fish
why can't
putty.
we?
There are still
Like
many
fucking
of my kind who believe it was
the
right
No,
shit
that'd be
that
fish
kids
pate.
play with.
Rena reigns over Dana.
No, not.
There were
Okay.
those on Lennigus
Why
who
can't
have
you
put
just say a
their
fish
foot on
sandwich
Dana.
like a
I
normal
doubt whether
fucking
they'd even
person?
listen.
Because
to
it's not a
Dana's.
fish sandwich.
Sandwich.
None of
It
us
is a
want to
fish
fight.
sandwich.
But these
It
are
is
the
not.
same people who fired
Is
that wedge
it?
down
Is
our
it
neck.
fried fish
Sandwich.
on
What
bread?
happens next is on them.
It is battered fish,
Right.
usually
We're
battered
not
with
going to sit
cider,
back and wait for them to oppress
breading.
us again.
Right.
and it's usually either
bread.
cod
Don't
or
forget,
haddock.
there's also
It is
a
not
good chance
fish.
the red woman
It is not
somewhere on
fish.
Lennigus.
It is not
Wherever
fish.
she is,
It's a
we
What
should
the fuck
find
is
the
it?
Renaissance too.
mystery meat.
That's right. If we can take it back, then
This
Shion
is
can
true.
finally get rid of her
It
thorns.
looks like a fucking fish.
Speaking of horsecock, we do have
Shion?
Savoy.
What did you
You
just
have what?
say? Do you eat horse
Savoy,
steak?
give me a minute.
Yeah.
What the fuck that is either?
Oh god, these sound British.
He's starting to speak in tongues. I think he's possessed.
Wait, bruv. I've been possessed by a demon. I can someone perform an exorcism.
Send you in
There's a
second.
ghost in my asshole.
Where?
No, that's all my exes.
Shion?
That's a Savoy.
I still know what the fuck you're saying.
Send me a picture
Hey,
of
look
it.
at your Snapchat.
I don't know if it's
Okay, one second.
I'm in the middle of a game. Give me a second. It's not so much that I'm like I need to see the image. I just don't know what fucking word you're saying.
Where?
Savoy.
How?
What?
Oh, never mind. It didn't save. Also, he left me on red. What a cunt.
She's going rogue.
What was it you said yesterday? I don't like that word.
Unholy, what is that? Is that horse sausage?
I don't like that word.
No, it's just a
and now I'm
straight
gonna
sausage,
say
it's
it.
called Savoy.
It's specific. Don't fucking LOL me.
It's your thorns?
Fucking giggling
But
like
why?
the fucking Lucky Charm leprechaun.
Is that a fish in a hot dog bun?
See, that's what I thought.
No, it's not. It's an actual sausage. It's just long.
You okay?
Long sausage. Long sausage.
Looked like you used your maiden
Is that a
powers to
sausage?
suppress
He
your
said a
It is.
sausage.
It looks like a fucking fish.
What's your definition of sausage? Sometimes I need to check.
Either beef or pork stuffed within.
Stay out of my way.
Okay. Okay. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up.
There we go.
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up.
Oh no, it's just weird over there, okay? Like, biscuits, they're not biscuits.
I won't let you.
They're fucking cookies.
They don't have biscuits and gravy.
No,
I
they don't have
refuse to
biscuits and
let you.
gravy. Because then it would be like cookies and gravy
won't
over
tell
there,
you
and that's
again.
just fucking gross.
I put
Move
gravies
or
on the
shoot.
chocolate chips.
Nothing's more attractive when a woman pulls a gun on you. God damn.
Fact.
She's about to make me act up.
Fact. There's not. Unless if a gun isn't being pointed at me, I can't get hard.
Of course. I got more challenges.
And someone just died. Hunter, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Why? What's up?
Okay, no, I think Sean just muted his mic because it just went real quiet for a second.
That's how you definitely know he muted his mic, because he's usually loud
Do
as
you
shit, or you
remember
can hear
back when
Aubrey
I was
screaming in the
stabbed?
background like a belligerent
I
fool.
went wrong.
Damn.
Oh, I can hear every word she says. Bro, I can hear her breathe sometimes.
That wasn't the first time.
It's never been that bad. At least when I've been
Was
here.
when I was only a child.
Well, earlier, he did switch rooms, but earlier they were in the same fucking room, and she was playing Day by Daylight with her friends, and you could hear everything. You could hear her game audio.
So you're immortal? How's that even?
Plays video games with a speaker? That's fucking cringe.
Yeah, I don't think she was playing with headphones on, except to talk to her friends.
Tell me how is something like that
So
possible?
Sean moved to another room.
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
Also, Sean doesn't have his fucking background noise shut off on his fucking mic, and he like refuses to set the settings for some reason.
Because fuck you, Hunter.
I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing
Jesus.
remains.
Welcome back.
Jesus.
Of oblivion I can't escape.
Yeah, dog. There's a dog there.
I want to believe it's all
Dead?
just a memory.
Yeah.
But no matter what I tell myself,
Is it dead? Yes, I think she is dead. There's some times where I wake up and I'm like, oh, we're down a dog.
What'd you do? Feed it chocolate?
Wait.
No. What do you do? Fuck
The
it.
reason you
Jesus
needed
Christ.
was to get rid of your thorns, right?
Like, whoa!
if I burn away what's
You got a Hershey got a Hershey bar. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
You just hear like the dog go woo in the background, and they just like smack into a door.
But if I am
Damn, she do like dark chocolate
I
though.
figure I can at least take my thorns out with me.
I love nothing better than a big dark chocolate, I tell you what.
What I've been after this whole time.
Why?
Because it's too unholy.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans.
Oh, I have my double chin.
Almost did the. Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan.
I gotta go to work tomorrow
then I
and
met
sit
all
at a
of you.
fucking computer and do trainings. I don't know.
Before I knew it,
It's
I
hentai.
didn't want to die
There's
anymore.
suicide in it as a
It's
thing in
hentai.
this. What? Why is there hentai? Where's there hentai?
Yeah, that's hentai.
What's hentai?
Yeah, he sent you hentai. Open it. Open it.
What hentai is it?
Save you.
It's not hentai.
There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well.
Thank you.
It was only a suspicion at first. But ever
I
since
loved the
red
occasional
adventure
fucking
that
time
made
where
me
Hunter would
house,
send me a fucking video
I'm more certain
from
than
TikTok.
ever before.
Playtime is over. Would be a fucking. He'd send me a fucking video of just some kind of fucking like rodent with a cowboy hat on, and it'd be like motivational quotes or calling me short. Like that was the two things that he'd send me.
Where is it at? Where's it at? I'll find one. I'll find one.
I don't know.
And the wedge fell.
God fucking damn it! Shut the fuck up, and that's not how you spell my fucking name. You pussy bitch!
I feel the thorns
Yeah.
growing stronger inside of me.
God damn it!
Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore.
Just a fucking maniacal giggle.
They will consume all existence.
I'm gonna change your name to that.
You mean this one, Sean?
Something smart assy or did something stupid when you hear like that little schoolgirl giggle.
Sean, you mean something like this?
That's how you know that something fucking. Oh, hang on, let me check my phone. That is the equivalent laugh of I have done a fucking a good meme.
When this all began,
Yep, these. Yep.
It's still this.
I get these. I was getting like one of these a day.
He stopped posting as much. And the last couple ones he's done have not been funny.
Oh, it went away. It had you as my soulmate.
Did you see what popped up that time?
then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
That's my mother. Excuse me.
Dying.
Sean.
Yo.
Next night.
Okay. Oh my god. What the fuck is that? That is a big ass fucking hot dog. Shh.
I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen.
Thank you, Charles Bukaki.
Okay, so the top one
Can
is
fight
what you
this.
said.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Is that what
until the
Also, this is what he said.
Isn't that what you said
Okay.
to me before?
Is it I don't know what the fuck. This one?
The one on the butt.
This one. Yeah, I just showed you this.
Is it fucking fried? Is
It'll
it a
be the end of
fried
everything
sausage?
It looks like a deep fried fish put on a hot dog bun.
That's what I thought it was.
No, it's a fish. If you're looking at the top one, if it's the one with the
Yeah.
chips, then no, that's the satellite. It's a sausage.
Okay, okay. Me trying to solve the people's problem. I'm telling you. Damn. Yeah, that's about right. I'll draw that back on.
I will.
This is your brain.
Even if I have to do
Don't
it
do.
alone.
This is your brain on drugs. Don't do drugs. This is your butthole. This is your butthole in prison. Don't shoplift.
I'll fight as well.
Count
But
me
I
in as
don't
well.
want people who waste
I
tea.
want to be a force for good, not hate.
Just for earlier, you
Me
said.
too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told
I
you
need to
before.
make one of those, except I'm gonna put the
Neither of you are
American flag
alone
behind it.
in
Like,
this
you know what I don't like?
Government
Taxation without representation.
Shion is the descendant
Do you want to know
of a
the funny
maiden
part?
from
You had
300
equal
years
representation
ago.
to the other colonies. You guys were just bitchy about it.
It seems very
No.
likely that those events have
No,
some
he's right. I
connection to
want
a
more
force.
equality.
The nature of which I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegus.
I want so much equality that I'm my own country.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns?
Then you're going to oppress an entire race.
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again.
I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back.
Alright.
No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegus.
The end of the world.
I believe Shion is telling the...
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything... Still, it's hard to fathom something...
No, I understand. Even...
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands. So many...
So where do her...
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all.
Yeah, I remember. It was the will...
Right. And from that we're able... Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere...
So you think those thorns might be alive too? But why would they want to destroy the...
As for that, I really cannot say for certain.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't... Especially when that deception is...
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegus. As for what the final picture will look like, who...
Right.
How you holding up?
How long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours. Oh, people are watching me. Holy shit.
Wow.
I had someone follow me today, so, you know, there's a change.
You're making it on the open up.
Well, I got my old account to affiliate. It was just because Twitch fucking
Yes,
updated
you.
its shit that it kicked me out
You
and I had
took
to
a
start
hit from
over.
those thorns again, didn't you?
Gay.
Oh,
Yeah, so I had over 100 people on that one.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of
Yo, Holly,
killing
what the
them.
fuck did you put in my chat?
Those thorns have robbed us
Moist.
of kind of everyday
You
things we all
fuck.
take for granted. And it's not right.
You can
What?
say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
God damn it, did you spam moist in my chat?
You mean about
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea.
Or did you get banned?
Every once in a while, I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning
Wait
around
for shit to get back. I'm telling him a couple more things.
Yeah, I
You
sent
and me
him some
both.
shit.
I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
He left his mic unmuted, so I can hear
You're
his
the one
fucking
always
van.
looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't
That's what
understand at
noise
all.
is saying.
What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is.
Is that their TV or is that Aubrey talking in the background? I can't pick it up.
Can't sleep?
I think it's our TV.
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
12 naked cowboys
Shion's
and
had
Ram
to deal with
Ranch.
so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she
I love them
was,
enough, fucking
you know?
game.
But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it
back.
made her happy.
All right.
Knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able
Fuck,
to
dude,
do
your
that
chair
more.
creaks
Lots
loudly.
and lots
Holy shit.
more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really
You're just doing it
counts.
on fucking principle now.
And forget about our grudges and pain.
No, I was legit stood at my door, just about to walk in, and all I heard was... My headset's plugged in, and it's rather low. You definitely need to invest in a new gamer chair.
Yeah, I know, it's a fucking office chair.
One with a higher weight restriction too.
Well, it's not that. It's Bryce gave it to me and it was already fucking broken. Like it
No, I
works,
know.
but it doesn't like raise up because my dad had it and his fucking dogs tore it up. So there's like duct tape on the seat and everything.
Hey, you doing all right?
Well, I had an office chair in my room that I was also given by Bryce, but
Seem
like
to
it
cause nothing but
broke.
worry. As much as I
Basically,
try to
this
look
one's
like I have
getting near
things
there
under
too.
control,
Basically, like the office chairs will
everyone
wear
still
out and then they
worries
won't
about me.
raise, and then they'll just like bust, like a screw will come loose in the back frames because they suck dick.
Hey.
You know what, I'm gonna give
Do you remember
Aerospace a
the
try.
first
It
time
seems to
you
be
said
pretty
I
good
was your
until
friend?
at least the weekend, because I'm gonna probably buy Star Citizen on the weekend because that shit looks fire.
When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt,
Let me
and
just.
hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that.
Yeah, I need a better chair. When I get my new job, I'll buy one.
Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win.
I think
from
he's
hell
fallen
or
into the
high
toilet
water.
this fucking rate.
I don't know. Aubrey sent me a thing about seeing her
don't know how
boyfriend
we're
get out of
going
the
to do
shower
it,
shaking her
but I won't
shaking
let
his
the
wiener,
world end because
and
of
they could
me.
just be fucking.
Probably. Wait, if they're
It's going
fucking,
to
it
be a
shouldn't be
long,
this
hard
long.
road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace.
Oh, I need to make this a clip.
Clip that shit,
I
bitch.
swear
I'm gonna
I'll
clip
be
this
there
shit.
with you until
Clip
the
it and send it
very
to me,
end.
I'll send it to him.
I'm definitely gonna clip like all the funny fucking things I
Thank
said
you.
about Bryce's dumbass.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia?
They're not really that funny. They're rather sad
There's no
because you know
wall
they're all
so
fucking
high that
true.
we can't
Motherfucker in the middle of a movie sees the vulture and goes, "Is that blue beetle? He's fucking green."
He's that motherfucker who looks go with it. He can be like, "Is it a bird?"
Well, to be fair, he was dropped on his head multiple times when he was a child, so.
I can tell.
Oh, I can too.
Yeah, because you were one that dropped him.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegus.
Jesus fuck Christ. I hear him. I heard a door. They're back in the room. At least one of them is. Oh, maybe they're letting the dogs back in? Oh, he's back on his mic.
Why are you staring at me?
Ugh. There we go.
We can hear you get back inside the building and like walk towards your fucking headset.
My headset is fucking sensitive as shit.
Did you guys hear?
Yeah, it reminds me of my fucking
Apparently, she found that
ex-girlfriend.
dress of
God.
hers in some old ruin.
I sat down in the fucking toilet and started watching Slime Circle clips and forgot to stand up.
Would you care to tell us your verdict?
Oh.
Sure, I guess.
By the way,
To be
check
honest,
your Snapchat.
When I first saw Shion in that dress, I
Quit it.
was absolutely captivated.
All right, I think that's enough fun for one day.
Shut up.
What?
Me and Hunter sent you something. Go look.
Okay. Okay, hang on. Oh, fuck. Okay. Damn, you right. Where my drink at? Oh, there it is. Here we go. We good?
Silent Hill in the background. Silent.
Say what it said, Sean. Say what it said.
Hold on. Ow, my fucking chest. It said my dick has led me places I wouldn't even go with a gun.
Looks perfect.
Nope.
My fucking god.
Kisara, let's talk.
There's quite a few for you from me, Sean.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about what we
Yeah.
discussed earlier.
Sean
His
saved my
reasons might not
snap.
have been pure, but in the end, Dohalim still made Aldermen and Seattle
What did that one
place
say?
where Danans and Renans can
I
coexist.
identify as a threat.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite
Everyone
one.
would
I
welcome
haven't
Yeah, that song's
seen-
bumping a little bit though.
With open arms. I took pride
You
in
do
what
be
we
bumping.
had without putting in the work to truly solidify it.
Oh no.
After so much failure,
Oh good fucking
do you
okay.
think I even
Oh
have
lord.
the right to pursue my
Scroll to the one where you
ideals?
see the British flag. Remember?
It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
you think.
You used to call me on your
Already
set.
found your answer,
When you,
haven't you?
Oh my god.
I know what I want, myself, but I can't
My
help but wonder if I'm being
Stairway to
selfish.
heaven. It's fucking
Everybody makes mistakes in life, Kisara. Everybody.
You best not read the next one out loud.
Afterwards, that
Don't read the
Best
next
But
one.
you
out.
already knew that, right?
God.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I won't look away from the world.
Oh my
To the
god.
point,
Did you
Dohalim
love it
needs someone
anymore?
who can push.
If we see that happening, I have to say though, if you turned out
Dust
this well
weapons.
modeling your
What? You didn't believe me before?
That was a misclick.
If you need more,
True. Oh my god.
I'll take
What?
watch tonight.
Oh my
It's okay.
god. All of these. Oh my god.
What did he send you?
Wait, it's all Ohio.
Before we
Where's
go,
the-
Hey, and Oli,
guys
do you have
everything?
that picture of Kirby with his feet?
Possibly. I have to go look.
I'm just trying to read the subtitles.
I feel like I've sent it to you and you've saved it, so I don't think I have it on my
Possibly.
phone anymore. So if anyone's a degenerate enough to still have it in their phone, it's you.
Sean's gonna get.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
Stop.
Better hold together
Which
than
one?
we're up
Jesus
in
is
the
back
air.
and he's not crucifying around the Bible too.
Speaking
It's
of
good.
which,
Show
Alvin,
you the world.
this
Stop
bucket of
it.
bolts got a name?
You probe.
a name.
I was 8. I
You know, I'm
did
not
decided
sure
on
she ever had
justice.
one. I never really thought about it.
What the freedom?
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find
No,
her,
not
we should
that
give her one,
fucking
right?
picture again.
Yes,
I was
that
thinking
picture.
something-
No.
What'd you say to Unholy?
Huh?
The girl's
It
kissing with
means
a knife in
owl in
between
the
them.
ancient tongue. Literally, the one
Oh my
who
God.
the skies.
Oh my god, not this dude again.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Oh
I
my
said
god.
that one before too.
Oh my
I know.
god.
But Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her.
Let's see if I have
Sound
it.
good?
How long ago do you think you sent it?
It's probably been a bit.
Alright, and let's go.
I don't remember how long ago I sent Kirby with feet, but I need that picture back.
Oh my god. No, don't bring fucking Kirby with
I need
feet
it back.
Don't
I
do
need
that.
it back. I need it back. I don't
Oppressive
have it anymore.
totalitarian regimes.
Fuck it, I'm looking it up.
Don't fucking do it. You are gonna curse the rest of your fucking browser for the rest of your life.
I don't give a shit. I've looked up worse.
I don't give a shit. I need Kirby with feet. I don't give.
There's so many.
Who the fuck made that? Needs to be drug out in the street and shot.
There are worse ones than that one. I'm looking for
Go
that
to the
one.
fucking gulag. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if there are words, but I don't fucking care. That thing's a disgrace.
You know, I
God.
can still hardly believe it.
Oh my god, this is
Believe what?
horrifying. I'm saving that.
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence.
You know what's
crammed
keeping it?
inside
Oh
a
no,
tiny
it's horrifying.
frame.
Yoink.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be alright with the controls?
You mean the ones set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case,
Oh my
she's all
God.
yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different?
I'm probably
in a
saying
bad
this
way
before,
different?
Sean, but here's
No,
another food
not
type.
at all. You
Okay.
seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
There you go. Start at the top. This is just what took the kids in the wrong neighborhood. Uh-oh. God damn it. I already told you not to scream when we were driving down Grove Street.
Sean, I found
That
worse
is a
ones.
lit up buzz.
I found
Painted my
some
birth
things
control
I'm
packet.
sitting here.
Out of the womb and into the tomb.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a home.
Benjamin, get
What
the
was
musket.
life on Lenegis like back?
Let's just say I don't have many happy memories. They called it
Oh
treatment.
my god.
But in
You mean
that's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked
My
day
phone
in and
corner
day
is
out,
grabbing
every
me, babe.
single day. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. Some existence, huh? I thought things couldn't get
Yep,
any
that looks
worse.
like the fucking Marine Corps right there.
Is it any wonder I
That's
lacked
about how the
theory?
Marine Corps does it
Sure,
right there.
I survived.
Yep.
And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die,
I'm sorry.
But this could
No,
be a
it's-
trap and I
You
could
say
go to
it's your
jail.
destiny to
No.
die so that others can
No.
live. But why not the other way around?
You're trying to
Are you
dynamite
crazy?
stick for
That's
something that's
exactly-
found for
Why
China
should
and
you
North
have to give up
Carolina
your
and bits
life
and
to
bits in Brazil.
that
That's fucking
justify
hilarious.
slavery? This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. If we're doing this to protect
Right.
a world free of suffering,
not just me, if
Yep.
we're going to win,
Oh
now I
my
see it.
god.
a victory without
England.
losers. But that means
England.
that
Stop! Don't send me this shit.
Pull it off.
You like those?
It's the only
No.
way we have of things ever
I
changing.
sent him 2 horrible
Yeah.
My
pictures of
God.
Kirby. And then I sent him
Why has he
one
got
with Kirby
feet?
with
And then the
feet
other
and
two are
heads.
just fucking SCP containment breach shit.
we
Those
can
are
do
Kirby.
this together.
No.
You don't like Kirby?
Kirby fucking looks like he could do. Oh my god.
It's okay, Sean. It's
I
okay,
don't
Sean.
like the translation between the first and the other two. I don't like the jump.
Sean, it's okay.
I
it's okay.
don't.
I have a follow-up.
No,
I have
it's
a
not.
follow-up. Kirby's calling
The
police.
police. There we go. That's back to normal.
It could be worse.
I don't know.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely.
I don't like it when he says that.
Lord and left Lennick.
I am as prone to
Because you know I know
sentimentality
it could, and I
you
can
too
prove
have
it
a
could be
history
worse.
with Lennicus. A traumatic one, no less. This
Unholy, have
Just
you
give him
played
an
Valorant
up to
yet?
some difficult emotion.
No, is it free or
Doesn't
do you have
that
to buy it?
frighten
It's free.
Well,
Okay, then
it
no,
is
I'll go
a place
install
where
it.
I took the lives of
Okay.
countless people.
Because I want you to look at this.
But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that.
Hey, how much pain do you want to
I
feel at the
see.
moment, Sean?
Dohalim.
Not much.
Forgive me.
Okay,
I
I'll
was
send you
wrong
this.
to pry. We have
Okay.
more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish
Oh
looking
my
around
God.
the ship.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, with advice not.
Unfounded by the United States. Oh, another Miss Frizzle one. Sounds like macaroni and cheese.
Hey,
Crap.
Alvin,
Macaroni
That is a
and cheese.
preaching
So why
charge.
Hey,
On a hostage.
What's got law?
only
True.
that
Is
he's
that
afraid of
Fuse?
Flying, the big
Yes.
baby.
You can tell about the
Okay.
Makarov.
I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know.
Nope,
a
I'm
little
good.
unsettling
Yeah, I
if we're going to be
fucking nope.
It's
That
starting
hurts.
to
That
sound like
hurts.
that's
Just
what
nope.
it's
Nope.
Maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Why she
Guys.
speed bag him?
I'm no expert, but I think we can trust.
Oh,
Why did they
that's
do
a good
that?
point. If you
And
think
I
so,
don't know,
Alvin.
but one of my friends
Hard
told me
to
I
argue
keep it
with
on my
that.
phone because it's funny.
Oh my god.
That's you right now.
Yeah, that's about right. That fits. Also, here's this. Silence, liberal.
Right, that's good. Just gotta find something.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is.
It's a healing pod.
Oh, you don't say. That should... Alphen?
No, I was just thinking back. Naori laid
I think I've seen this. The guy that
So,
fucking
You're
yells.
saying you got in this thing straight
No.
after escaping?
Yes. It sounds crazy, I know.
What the fuck?
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But
What do you mean?
with the amount of fighting we've done, we would have
I'm
never
gonna
made
go
it
to
this far.
bed.
Alphen,
One second.
I'm tired.
That's why
Uh-oh.
you came with us, right?
I got
To
work
learn
in the
what-
morning.
even in that time, I'll always remember
I gotta get
how
up at
fun
fucking 6 a.m.
But the
There you
coexistence
go.
we're fighting for isn't... The world's bigger than just Menancia.
Well, if it sends.
My dream... If I've learned
There we go.
anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen.
Oh my god.
I'll forever...
Well, we're not out of this.
Suppressing fire.
I know.
Yes, sir.
Remember that in 100 years they went from really one-fourth of
Probably
the world to
getting a
living on
little
an island the size of Michigan. Laughs at American.
Yep.
Do you have a moment to talk about God? Excuse me. Oh my god. Jehovah's Sharkness.
You can leave.
Oh.
You are permitted.
You have been dismissed.
You have been dismissed. The memes will be paused for now.
The moves have been put on hold. Alright,
Right,
I'll catch you
I'm
guys
gonna
later.
go download
Just
Valorant.
what exactly should we expect when we get...
Kisara has a point.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been sent.
Now we're just stuck here with Ryan, who doesn't
First
fucking
and
talk.
foremost,
Like a dick.
What a
Lennicus is-
bitch.
Of course, it also happens to be
What
unique in
a
its
three
own
little
right.
cum horn.
He's
With its
probably
own
fell asleep
independent
reading
society.
fucking manga or
Its social
hentai.
structure is based on a strict hierarchy.
Probably.
Simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yeah, as a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as...
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered to...
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the...
Come on, you've seen her skill with Astral.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my...
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who's...
Jeez. Give...
Wait a second. Are you...
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like art. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be.
So this red woman.
I would wager so. Lenegis' chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being...
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need...
That red woman's got a lot to answer for.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little...
If there are clues about your thorns out there...
Wait, so are we landing on the planet or are we landing on the satellite? I feel like we should have attacked the satellite first. Oh, the planet is the satellite? I'm confused.
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis' infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renans actually...
I couldn't tell you exactly. Not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zoogles.
What do you mean, which one?
Most of the city's basic
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you meant you said Warframe. I thought you were talking about Warhammer.
Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after.
I was thinking about that. I've got the Total Warhammer series. The Total War Warhammer game.
The new one's fixing to come out. That's like 4-player and kind of like Left 4 Deadish / Vermintide inspired. So I'm kind of excited for that. It'd be a breath of fresh air. I also just love the Warhammer series, but I like the Space Marine side of things, not the like early age fucking magic bullshit. What the fuck? Oh, this lady fucked with the space station and transformed it, but it killed a bunch of people. No fucking way.
What in the world?
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
Is he gonna do Dohalim's backstory now?
What's that?
So who's Faria?
God, do you have food in your mouth?
I do, yes.
God damn it.
If what Avakir said is
All I heard was,
true,
"Was
it
it?"
would seem the people of Lenegis have been kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danins poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
What could be so important? It's just unbelievable.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral.
But why do all this? What for?
Whatever their purpose, disrupting the...
He's right. We need to stop this from happening.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right?
You heard him.
So, I've been wondering, do you think...
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken...
Ordinarily, yes. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, it makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought.
Sorry.
This place...
Yeah, you're...
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just whatever did we...
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning. We have no choice but to... But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship?
Ryan finally bailed.
The name of the house, I believed he was...
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned...
As your lordship wishes. First, Lenegis mutates, but the ill
His Xbox finally decided to turn us off.
a great many
Yeah, that's
lords
probably
over
what
the
it was, his
centuries.
Xbox killing itself.
I shall be
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Speaking of killing self, I may have to go to work soon. I'll take the time in a second.
Speaking of killing self, I have to go to work soon. Never have a greater statement been spoken. Still need the recipe for ice cream in this game. There's parfait. Does parfait count as ice cream?
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see
Oh,
anyone
fucking
like
was
that?
it?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen
Playing
you,
Warframe
okay? Not
reminded me of
recently.
that
Never
people,
mind. Forget I
the
asked.
community really bullied this, the poor Canadians who developed this game.
The people bullied the Canadians that developed what, the Warhammer game?
No, Warframe.
Oh, Warframe.
Yeah, Ordis, your ship's AI has a separate audio slider.
Why?
Because everyone called him that fucking annoying, so they gave him an actual audio slider that you just mute.
That's funny.
Is everything okay?
With enough bullying, you can get devs to do whatever you want.
I was hoping to head this way myself.
It's probably not the right outlook,
I
but...
daren't stay here too long, though.
A lower caste can only linger around these parts for... I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have...
You mean you know another way
No,
around?
it's only 6:30. I'm fine. Or 6:40, should I say? I'm fine.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up. I thought maybe it was a passageway between
The one thing I
different
do wish
corridors.
games did more often is have an IRL clock in the game so you can actually tell what time it is without after having to grab something else.
Well, yeah, but you could also just press the fucking Xbox button to see what time it is.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information.
Yeah, but for me it's Alt
What do
G,
you think?
which is gay.
No one has the faintest idea what's
Or I
happened
should
to
say
the
Windows
city
G,
after
not
all.
Alt G.
They haven't heard the news about the crown
Doesn't
contest
you're on a
either.
computer, so shouldn't it be in the bottom right of your fucking computer screen?
its way up here.
The Windows key would just bring up the Windows bar.
Not to
So,
this
but
extent,
for
which would indicate that something
so I can have
suppressing
like
the
center
truth, that
the screen
Lennox
without
is
having
under
to
some
like
kind of
change
control.
my sitting angle. I can just hit
Given
Windows G,
everything that's
and it
happened to
opens
their
up
city,
the Xbox control
the
panel,
people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
which just shows me the
That
time
one
and
guy
right on
even
top of the
said
screen, which is
Zoogle
nice
would
and comfy.
stop listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big
Plus, it
trouble.
allows me to check if I've died or not.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep.
God,
Nothing
they've
happens
really
devoid
done
of a
great
reason.
work with this game, making
them,
it not so
it's
bad,
all
but
part of the
fuck is
Sovereign's
every in my
grand
graphics
plan.
card.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one
Dude,
thing
my
I'm
CPU
still
is
not
sitting
sure
about, I think the
Just
highest I've
who
seen
is
is
this
probably
person
around
ruling over
25%, 30.
The Sovereign, of course.
My
He
GPU's
rules from
in,
Rena while
just in the
presiding over
ship,
both Rena
where you
and
like,
Lennigus.
just fuck around and make shit.
Without the
I'm
lords or
still sat
anyone in
with
the
about
middle doing his
80%
dirty
GPU
work?
usage.
Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lennigus alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lennigus has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Tohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be
They
correct,
probably fled their
it's
fucking
possible that no one on Lennigus
civilization
has ever laid
because they
eyes on
drained
the
it of its
actual
natural
Renan homeworld
resources.
itself.
That's what I'm
No
betting.
one but the Sovereign, that is.
What's up,
Probably.
Shiva?
But
what about
What's
trade
up,
and
Shiva?
communication?
How you
There's got to
doing?
be a
How you
flow back
doing?
and forth, surely.
How you been?
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lennigus
Oh,
One
my
Warframe I can't wait to
Could
get
be
back
a
again
one-way
is Grindel.
street.
Oh,
But I
oh,
thought you
what
said
is
that
this?
the Sovereign's all the
These
way
are
over
fluffy
on Rena.
puppies.
That's
Oh,
the
I love
case.
her.
Can he really
You stop
rule
mating with
directly
your dog,
over
it's kinda
Lennigus
cringe.
from
Oh,
so
fuck
far
you.
away? What if something were to happen
Well,
to the city?
if you ask
like
nicely.
now?
Fuck off.
I'm beginning to wonder what the
When are you gonna
nature
get a
of
dog?
this Sovereign even is.
Get a good fluffy
Alphen
puppy.
said he was forced into the role,
It's
right?
all done to
Just
my
before
mom.
the ceremony.
I thought you
But
said she was
Sovereign
getting
is
one.
also the title given to the almighty
She was planning
Renan
on it.
ruler. So which one is it?
Go get her a chihuahua.
Whoever wins the crown contest
No.
inherits the throne from his or
I'll kill
You know,
it.
chihuahuas are actually not
Before
bad
becoming
dogs.
ruler
Like,
over
don't get me
all
wrong, they're
Rena
fucking
and
little
Lennigus.
yappers sometimes, but sometimes they're really good dogs.
That individual is known as the Sovereign.
They're the
I'll
longest.
kill it.
They're the dog that can live the
It would
longest
appear
too.
that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how
Chihuahuas have the
Volron
longest
factors into all
lifespan
this,
out of every dog breed, I'm
at
pretty
this
sure.
point, I no longer know what to believe.
No.
3 centuries ago, I
Looking it
became
up.
the sovereign
They also
here
come with a
on
lot of
Lennigus.
health. A lot of health
I
issues.
just became
So
what I was
Kirby with
forced
feet is
to.
still on my screen.
Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made
Chihuahua.
sovereign for the same
Chihuahuas
reason?
can live for 20
because
years.
Of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure,
Can.
but it certainly sounds
They live
like
for an
it.
average of 15.
But that would mean that 2 sovereigns would need to exist
Yeah, I
at
never
any
got
one
like
time.
the estimated dog
One
ages,
whose
bro. Because
job
all
it
my
is to
dogs have
rule,
lived to ripe
and the
old
other
ages
for
of like
ceremonial
15 to 20.
purposes.
Like,
We never did see
It's not
Volron's
common
body
for
back
most
in
dogs to live to
Danateros.
15. 15 is reaching high.
Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this
But
time?
if a dog's
Could that be
like
what's
breed
causing all
average is
this
15,
strange
that usually
activity
means
here?
that most of them will live to like
Wait a
17,
second.
18, or
You
20.
don't think Volron and the Red
They have the
Women are
possibility.
working together, do you?
But but
ceremony can't go
most
forward
dogs
without
only
the
live to
Ren's
like
Alma,
10
the same
to
one
like
that the
12
Red Woman
range.
stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs.
That's
A
just
maiden.
bad owners.
And unless there's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's
Oh, wow,
decided.
that's true.
That's
Okay, I'm getting really close to
where
stopping.
we need to go. One of the citizens. Let's go.
The hell just happened?
With nobody left to run the show. I mean...
But only current acting lords have power. Renin Society.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lennigus now. Balsif, Ganon, now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing.
Well, yeah, why? To us Danans, they were just enemies.
I know. But seeing Renins in their own city?
It feels strange to imagine the.
Yeah.
If you're that curious about them, every lord, and luckily for us, the people here are unaware.
Oh, I just got an optional quest. What the fuck?
I didn't realize Renan's a pres-
And yet, weirdly, none of them seemed to mind.
It is the way things have always been.
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to.
What if she's not here? What if it
It's still too early.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they...
I'm afraid I don't quite...
I do. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks.
So there is a knack to it!
Now you've got me curious.
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. But...
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and... I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird...
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously.
That was a funny interaction. I like that. Alright, I'm gonna end my stream here.